All right, we are going to begin math. So, for my virtual friends, for the writing class, we spent the whole time working on comic strips. So I'm hoping that all of you are staying on top of that as well. So the Zillies, when you watch this, your comic is due on Monday. All right? Cadence, yours is due on Friday since we only have one pickup a week. We talked about that. So I hope you're staying on top of it because it's important that you get this done. My friends have been working so hard on these comics. I'm very proud of all of you. All right, let's work on our math. We are on lesson 8. Yes, we're going way back to lesson 8. Let's add a 0 to the 8 and get lesson 80. How about that? Does that sound better?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh dear. It's Friday, friends.
I don't have lesson 80.
Yeah, everyone has lesson 80.
I don't have it. 8.
Oh, yeah, you probably ripped 8 out, but like the first week of school. All right, lesson 80, which is on page 159 in your math books.
I have lesson 8.
So now we have a different form of measurement, a kilogram and a gram. So if you look on the top page, on top of 159, you've got your little magical square where it says gram and kilogram. Without looking at it, which one do you think weighs more, a gram or a kilogram? Just a guess. Creason.
Kilogram.
You're correct. So a gram is a much smaller unit than the ounce. So if you remember, an ounce, is an ounce big or small? It is small. So a gram is really small. And the kilogram is a larger unit than the pound. So a pound is, if you think of a pound, like my dog Axel probably weighs 90 to 95 pounds. So he's a pretty good sized dog. Now my cat Mia probably weighs maybe 5, 6 pounds? I don't know what a cat weighs. Because I've never tried to get a cat on a scale. I think that would be a really fun thing to try, not? So yes, so you kind of get a feel. A pound, if you look at a cat versus a dog, depending on the size of the dog. You all weigh, if you get weighed, are you weighed in kilograms or pounds? Or tons? Let's hope not.
No.
We are weighed in pounds. Now an elephant would be what you would weigh an elephant in what? Tons. So it just kind of gives you a visual of what things are weighed in, which type of measurement.
I hope we're not weighed in tons.
I hope not either. You might have to stop going to Culver's for a while.
Yeah.
All right, so with that said, to kind of give you a visual, let's do number 1 together since this is a new concept. So, with the ounce in the kilogram, the ounce is much smaller than a kilogram. So, what do you think a feather? A feather weighs about 1 gram. I mean a gram, not an ounce. Do you think that is true, or do you think that is false, Olivia? Well, if a gram is much less than an ounce, do you think that it would be a gram or a kilogram? Look at your pictures. Which weighs more, the kilogram or the gram? Weighs more or less? Yes. So do you think a feather weighs a lot?
No.
So do you think that weighing it at 1 gram would be probably sufficient? Would that be the right measurement for that? Yes. So that would be true. So make sure you look up in your little box for your handy dandy clues. A kilogram, so go to the kilogram portion, weighs less than a pound. Is that true or is that false? Toby? Yes, it says right here under the scale, a kilogram is a larger unit than a pound. A person's weight would be measured in grams.
That would be very tiny. Yeah.
So is that a true or false statement? Caroline? Yes. A ham sandwich would be measured in grams.
No.
I know, that makes me hungry, even though I don't like ham, that makes me hungry. And I don't like bacon. It's always shocking to people. I don't know what to say. I don't even like the smell of bacon. All right, so a ham sandwich would be measured in grams. True or false, Gabe? Jeremiah? Yes. So remember, Gabe, that a ham sandwich is not going to weigh a lot, right? And a gram is a smaller unit of measurement, and the kilogram is a larger.
Unless the ham sandwich is like as big as a school.
Then, if it was that, then it would be kilograms. That would be a frightening large, a very large and frightening sandwich.
Oh yeah, just like
The ham sandwich that took over the world. Dun dun dun. Another story in the making, friends. All right, let us focus. Mrs. Sawyer bought 5 grams of potatoes. Now, potatoes are, do they weigh? I mean, they're not like a feather. We already know feathers are measured in grams. So if you picture a feather and if you picture a potato, would you measure the potato the same as the feather?
no.
So would that be true or false? False. Very good.
Pretty heavy.
Yeah, potatoes, they're not super heavy, but they're certainly more heavy than a feather.
A sack of potatoes
A
has
sack of potatoes can get heavy.
a
All right, so what I want you to do is I want you to work on 2 and 3 on your own. So independently, I will walk around. I want you to work on 2 and 3. These are all different measurements. If you have to look in your book for help, do so. Look for the little boxes that have all the clues. All right, you may begin. So the number 2 is you're doing the unit of measurement in order of smallest or in order of least to greatest. What is the smallest measurement to the greatest measurement? story problems. Get those again. All right, let us move on to the story problems. The golden delicious apple tree produced 20 kilograms of apples. An empire apple tree, yum, produced 8 times as much. How many kilograms of emperor apples were produced? So what type of mathematical equation are we going to be doing? What is it? How are we going to solve this problem? Emma? Multiplication. And what has to be in the answer for the story problem? There needs to be a measurement. What is that measurement going to be, Caroline? Kilogram. All right, very good. So do the multiplication fact in the workspace and write the answer underneath the story problem, please. And we are working on 4, the first story problem. Thumbs up if you are done. And give Em a little time to work on it. Thumbs up if you are done. Okay. Luke.
160 apples.
Not apples. 160 what? Remember, we just talked about it. There's got to be a measurement, form of measurement. Luke, what is that?
160 kilograms.
Yes, there you go. Brielle and her mother made 48, oh, yum, apple tarts for the church picnic. Oh, yum. 39 of the tarts were eaten. Oh, that makes me hungry. How many tarts were left? What kind of problem are we going to have here? How many tarts were left? Cole, what kind of problem are we talking here? What's that? I'm sorry? Yes, subtraction is correct. So you're going to subtract 48 minus 39 in the workspace, and then what is going to be in the story problem answer, Cole?
Apple tarts.
Yeah, you can just write tarts. Oh, that sounds so good. I don't know why, but that just makes my mouth water. With some vanilla ice cream, yum. A tart is like a apple pie. It's very similar to a pie, just prepared a little differently. All right, well, let's work on our math. How could you not like, it's un-American to not like apple pie? I'm just kidding. All right, no talking, please. We are working on our math problem. Thumbs up if you are done. McKenna, what was your problem that you did in your workspace?
48 minus 39
Equals 9. And so what was in the answer under your story problem?
9 apple tarts.
Very good. Yes, James. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so if you want to do word problems on the board, have your markers ready. Yes. Oh, okay, just don't raise your hand. I will just, All you have to do is get your markers ready. And if your friend is working on the board, are you just going to sit there and do nothing? What are you going to do while your friends are at the board? Helen.
Write it in your book.
Thank you. Read. There we go. All right. Owen and Boy. Boy, what are you going to do with your 3?
That's the 8. That's the 8.
No. No. What are you, no, not on that, on your long division. Where does the 3 go? Does 7 go into 3? No. So, then what is 3? If we are done with the equation and we can't work on it anymore, what does this become? You need to write something up here. So we can't divide 7 into 3, correct? So the problem is over. We can't do anything more with it. So 3 is just left over. So what do we do with that 3 in that particular problem? Look over at Owens. What does he have? What is up here that you think you could do with your 3? What is that called? Who can help? Sam.
Remainder 3.
Remainder. Remember, that becomes the remainder. So R3. Okay. Very good. Remember, there's the remainder is when that occurs is when we cannot do anything more with it. It's just we're done. The 3 is just kind of left over. So we need to put it up here as a remainder. We can't just leave it floating in space, correct?
Yeah.
All right, very good. Everybody get that done?
Yeah. Yep.
Wensheen, McKenna, and M. Now, if you need to make that into long addition, you can, if that would help you get it done. Good. Good. Very nice. When Sheens, if you can't see it because she has little baby threes, teeny tiny baby threes, baby, mommy, and dad three, the answer is 333, 333, 613, and 192. Everybody got that?
Okay, stop.
Sam, Jonathan, and Helen. Make sure you write so your friends can see. These little teeny tiny letters or numbers cannot be seen in the back. Do you have enough room, Helen? Is your marker not working?
No.
I'll get you another one.
I have 3.
That's all right, I got that. Anybody else need one? Sam, you need one too?
Yep. I just put mine in there.
That's fine. You want to throw yours away too, so you don't get them mixed up? There you go. There you go. Good job. Sam's answer, in case you can't see it, is 337. 574 is correct, and 204 is correct. All right, what is 16 divided by 4?
4.
These need to be rattled off. 42 divided by 6.
7.
45 divided by 5.
9.
77 divided by 7.
11.
Very good. All right, we are done. Oh, yeah, well, okay, let's do it real quick.
I already got
Kind of out of time. All right, so Noah and Dad went for a bike ride. Pretty soon we'll be able to go, well, this weekend you might be able to go on bike rides. You just can't go in the mud. They were gone for 35 minutes. If they returned home at 6:50, what time did their bike ride begin? This is a time. Can anyone do it mentally without having to get our clocks out? Use our clock on the wall. It started at 6:50. What time did their bike ride begin? So they ended at 6:50. What does that mean you have to do? It was 35 minutes. So do you go forward or backwards on the clock? Owen?
Backwards.
Yes. So what is the answer?
6:25.
Close, no. 35, they were gone for 35 minutes. Gabe?
6:20.
No, close. So we start at 6:50 is right here. You have to go back 35 minutes, so count with me. 5, 10,